Alright, just a quick half update here with Magic Man's stage, not the actual cheesy shit-eating grin bastard that you'd look for. So straight up, and I apologise for fucking this up in the last video by calling Rush Roll. My defence is that they are both bitches and therefore no harm done. That and the alcohol. Always the alcohol. So we're just doing the non-boss version of it. The boss rush of course comes up later, so they will be making a return. I was meant to do Astro Man's stage as well, but I fucked up the setup for that and forgot about it. So these little green bastards there you see, if they grab onto you, they don't do any damage. They steal your bolts. So if you're grinding for weapons or for power-ups, this is not the level to do it. As we see, non-Euclidean geometry right there, because apparently this station is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Bit of a rough section this. You do sometimes need to back up and take a second train through. Typical for a Mega Man platformer, there's no ground underneath the rails, so if you miss the train or you get knocked off, you're fucked. You're fucked like a cheap hooker. You gotta pick your fights a little bit, because some of them you can't win. At all. Just doesn't work. So we're not gonna do anything special here, we're just gonna keep going on. I'm not grabbing all the CDs because I'm fucking lazy. As our rather Xanax looking train goes ahead. Big drop down here to what is a little mini boss thing. Basically, he destroys bits of the ground, you just keep shooting him and dodging. It's not a particularly hard fight, you just more or less have to live long enough to get to the bottom. It's very simple unless you're pretty badly hurt, though he does pack a fair punch per hit. Now we get the little bright pink-toothed skull platforms. So you got your little climbing platform section here. Gonna grab the CD because it's right fucking there and there's no real effort involved. So you have to time your slide so that right at the bottom you nip through the little gap that's there. You can sort of go around. Sometimes it's difficult to time and I'm lazy, so we're not actually going to get it this time. We're going to concentrate on just annihilating Dr. Wily's robots. Although they're not actually Dr. Wily's robots. Officially, I don't think. I'm assuming they will because this is a Mega Man game, but thus far he hasn't actually been shown to be behind everything. I'm assuming he is because, he does like to be behind everything. Much like the top in the average gay porn, but anyway. So we're going to slide through onto the platform and grab this CD because, it's right bloody there. And I can do it in one shot. Sliding back through is a little harder. The gap kind of messes up the slide. You have to take the long way back round. Which is no big deal, but does mean you occasionally get hit by that thing. By the pirate on a rope. Or, I'm sure there's some sort of wittily insulting name to go with it. I can't think of one. So we're jumping and we're getting hit by attacks we didn't see coming. Not seeing it coming is truly the plight of the gay porn star. And I can't believe I'm making this many jokes about that sort of stuff. Anyway, I'm not going to specify what sort of stuff I'm talking about, but we all know. As you see, they're getting gang mobbed by a bunch of creepily dressed magician dudes and getting probably about 100 screws worth of stuff taken off of me by the end of this level. Also, since most of Mega Man's weapons don't penetrate, speaking of gay porn, but anyway, most of Mega Man's weapons don't punch through multiple enemies except for a couple of the heavy hitters. The ice wall is very effective at clearing those guys out, as is the lightning bolt of Dynamo Man, which you haven't seen me use. Again, if you get pushed into the wall by those trains, you're going to die horribly. And yes, the steam can hurt you. You'd think a robot would, be immune to a minor scalding, but apparently not. Fucking pussy Mega Man. Well, actually, he's probably not fucking pussy, which might be the entire reason he's so pent up about things. Anyway, this gimmick of this little subsection is the bell ringers. Every time they whack the thing in the background, the platforms you're changing on will rotate 90 degrees. Of course, the trick to that means you just jump once. Up here, at least, it's jump once. Jump again when the gong rings. And jump again right when it hits to go across and over, which I fucked up there. Because, fucking shit up is what I do. It's just sometimes it doesn't work. So yeah, you jump across one, you jump a second time when the gong hits, or the bell hits again, and you jump a third time to go across to the next one. And repeat the procedure. rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Once you get the timing down, it's quite easy. It's just a pain in the ass the first few times you do it until you know where all the enemies are. I am very lucky there's no boss left in this stage because I would be dead as a fucking doornail if there was. I'm going to use the Lightning Bolt Dynamo Man ability, which is a screen clearer. Doesn't do a lot of damage to bosses though. Not enough to really justify using it unless there's an elemental weakness involved. So that's the end of Magic Man stage. This is normally where you'd be fighting the card-sharking little bastard. And you can see I came out of that level with almost 150 less screws than I went in with. So kind of like the opposite of a gangbang. I did not get screwed at all. And that's it. I'll be back to do Astro Man stage properly later on whenever the fuck I get around to it.